My friends, the universe is saying that what you've been praying for is coming to you. So open up right now. Open up because so much is coming to you right now. And all you need to know is to recognize this spark that's awakening right at this moment. So we're going live right now, and it's been a while. So I want to give you a message that just came to me. I was out on a run. I just came home from an evening run, and maybe my face is still red. For a moment, we'll just wait a little bit so people can come in. So we see if everything is working, and you can let me know if the sound is working, if you can see me well. Okay, people are coming in. Let me know if the sound is working, if everything is working. We're live once again, and it's good to see you all. So I see you as the family here, AttractPassion family, and oh, perfect. And I wanted to connect with you because firstly, I have a message for you. Something you've prayed for is coming. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to open up the doors? Even though you may be scared, are you ready for that? It's like seeing 111 right now. That's what's happening. You see, if number one is ruled by the sun, which is according to ancient wisdom, it symbolizes a birth, it symbolizes a beginning. And this message for you is like 111. This is a message that what you've been praying for is coming to you. And I want you to be ready for that, because I know some of you may be losing yourself a little bit in a negative critical thinking. And some of you may be are maybe being confused a little bit because so much is happening in the world. We're living in very intense times. We're at the peak of sun's activity. You know, sun is going through 11-year cycles, and right now is at its peak. And it's been measured through many scientific studies that every time when sun is at its peak, there's a lot of craziness happening in the world. Like people are being more active, more productive, more creative, but also more confused, more stressed, more anxious. So much is manifesting during this time. And we need to recognize how to really, how to just open up the doors. Because many new doors may scare you a little bit. Many new doors may even shake you because sometimes what you want doesn't come the way you would like. It comes firstly the way to shake you. So so it can break you a little bit, your old beliefs, old perceptions. So it can shatter the old lens of perception through which you've been looking the world around you. And then you slowly start seeing the light through the cracks of old perception, and suddenly you see new possibilities and new opportunities. And if you don't step through it, then something will happen to push you. Have you been pushed recently? Have you noticed that your life is getting more intense right now? Or maybe you're noticing that you're coming around, the cycle of life. Everything in life is moving through cycles. Hey, everyone, I see more people are coming in. Welcome to today's message. To anyone who's coming in, this is meant for you, my friend. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And also I want to say thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where I'm sharing more exclusive content, more precise details and updates. So thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community. The link is in the description of this video. So some of us may be pushed into so much new that's happening. And I want to share also my story right now, what's happening in our lives. Like something very interesting is happening. And maybe many of you may relate to that, because Everything is moving in cycles. You see what when we observe this solar cycle, sun cycles, 11-year cycle of sun's activity, we're noticing it starts with great tranquility, like not much activity of solar flares and so on, and then it goes on through the years, and towards the end of its cycle it becomes the most intense. Its sun is pushing out the cooler particles and it's causing solar flares. And when these things are happening, it affects everything. That's what's called geomagnetic storms. And when these things are happening, it affects nature, it affects us, it affects collective consciousness, it affects all these activities. It speeds up the process. So if we know how to use these energies, we can manifest things so much faster. So what's challenging with this is that it brings to the surface a lot of negativity that was suppressed. So what's very magical you can do about it is that you just stop complaining because you're just reacting to your own negativity. Stop complaining and rather become more objective when you have these more emotional moments in a day, right? So when our lives become more intense, they also become more maybe emotionally intense. Like more things may happen a bit faster. So sometimes we just can't cope with everything the way we would like, but it's actually just an activation from life getting us to the next level. You see, cycles are not just linear, like from one day, from one perspective, it would look like we're walking in circles. And if we study the past, the history, we might notice like we would be running in circles. Like if you study financial systems, you might notice people are always at some point each society become corrupted and it has fallen apart, and then stronger society came and invented a better system, and then better system became corrupted and it fallen apart, and new system was created, and so much and it just kept going. But from a bigger perspective, from other perspective, maybe from other side, it looks like actually every time this happened, we learn something new as the society. And if we are recording what's happening, at some point we can come up with a better system. And that's what's happening right now in the society. So from where we are right now, we may not see what's really going on. But in the very near future, we may be surprised with so many breakthroughs that are actually happening right now. So don't be so confused with the things that are really falling apart, because so much new is beginning for you. And today I wrote this message for our Instagram community. And to anyone who's been there on our Instagram page, you might find this daily messages. So today's one is saying, knowing that you can, that you will, and that you shall is the only force of energy that will instantly turn your ideas, goals, intentions, and dreams into reality. So knowing that you can, that you will, and that you shall. Right? Are you ready? Because you see, in the times of great intensity, clarity is truly the greatest gift. And to find clarity in moments like this, it's like mastering yourself, having great routines, and building habits that are supportive for you. And maybe right now you may be noticing you really need to be fluid with your routines, with your actions, with the way you think, like become a bit more spontaneous, a bit more open, a bit more adaptable, but still having discipline and focus on the direction, on the goals, on the vision that you have for yourself. So you don't allow this chaos to distract you and to kind of pull you astray, because there's so much more for you. You really need to build this mechanism that doesn't allow you to be distracted, and everything will work in your favor. All these energies right now are just supportive for you. You're being supported and you're being guided, my friend. So I'm seeing you here in the chat. So welcome everyone. I see more people are coming in. Welcome everyone, and welcome to my studio. Not many times I'm recording videos like this. So when we're making these live streams, we can have more this eye-to-eye conversation, more personal approach, right? So I also want to say thanks to every one of you for being a part of the community, for watching videos, for hopefully being inspired by them, because it also drives me to keep going, right? To keep going. And that's what we need to do, to keep going. So it's time to notice your own ability of leadership right at this moment, to lead yourself, into a vision that you see for your life, but also to notice how life is taking you towards there through very maybe unknown or unexpected circumstances. So many of you know we around 3 months ago we just moved to this place, to where we are right now. But we are moving again. An interesting thing happened to us, and I will share it maybe a bit later. So we are moving again, and our life is quite intense right now. So I've noticed, doesn't matter how intense our lives are, if we have a strong pillar, everything is just coming together so beautifully. Like, I'm just amazed right now how everything is coming together. Like, so many things I was dreaming about and visualizing and focusing on and having on my goals are just slowly coming together. And it's important to notice these things, every single day, to reflect, to reflect the about the things that are falling into place. And suddenly you will notice that everything that has fallen apart has created a soil for the seeds of your goals and visions, so they can grow into what you want to see. That's why I said you're meant to see this today, because I know many of you may be losing yourself sometimes, complaining, because it's easy to get, in tuned with this negativity of collective consciousness right now. There's a lot of confusion present. A lot of people don't know what's happening, and many people want to live their life same way as they did 3 years ago, but we are not the same anymore. The world is not the same anymore. And so much has changed, and so even more will change. So it's getting quite interesting right now. But it's important to find stability in yourself and to have moments in a day where you just check up your pillar. You check in and see how well you're moving through these times, like how well you're holding yourself, and how well you're purifying your energy, purifying your mind, so this confusion doesn't take over, so you can know where you're going, right? So to anyone who's watching this, I just want to let you know that something you've been praying for is coming to you. And notice it. Notice it. Like, where doors are opening. Don't expect anything, but pay attention to where doors are opening. As soon as you expect something to happen, you actually push it away because you think you know how it should find you. But actually you don't. And because you don't know, life can surprise you. So just notice where something opens up. Maybe out of unknown, someone can contact you and offer you something you've been actually dreaming about. Maybe a new job, or maybe a new relationship may find you exactly like that. Or you never know, or a new trip may appear to you that you could go to travel and meet new people and just explore new places, somewhere you've been dreaming about to go and you've never been, and a great opportunity may just appear. Like Maya's parents, Maya is my partner, and her parents were dreaming about going to Egypt, but they needed to take care of her grandma because she was in a very bad condition. She passed away around 3 weeks ago. But before that, they needed to take care of her, so they were kind of busy with that. They really couldn't take time for themselves for a longer period of time, and they had that dream to go to Egypt. And right now, they got very spontaneous offer, and tomorrow or the next day they are flying to Egypt. It happened so spontaneously, and they're like, this is it, like, look, we've manifested it. So to many of you, things like that may be happening right now, but some of you may be scared to grab this kind of opportunities. I know in my past I did many things like I got an offer for a very incredible opportunity, and I got scared of growth. So I said, no, I declined it. And later I've noticed it would be such an incredible breakthrough in that certain area of my life. But it taught me a lesson. So I've noticed, okay, next time when something like that appears, I know that it was just a fear of growth. So we need to notice that sometimes a fear of growth may actually block us from seeing a potential in what is opening up. And notice that at those times, it's good if you have a good mentor, if you have someone who can push you at the times when you're kind of pushed back, someone who can give you another perspective. So we can notice that, well, maybe your approach doesn't see beyond what you're used to. And someone else's vision can help you to understand your block. And maybe this is happening to you right now. Maybe you are right now. I don't know. But I just feel that because I'm noticing in my life and in lives of people I've been recently talking to, so many people are experiencing similar things right now. New opportunities coming in, and we need to notice where we are walking maybe in a wrong direction. Because when we notice that things start complicated and not going so smoothly anymore, maybe it's just a sign, well, there's more smooth direction for you, more effortless direction for you. And sometimes pausing yourself, reflecting and noticing, does what you're doing still resonating with you? Is this still resonating with you? Just think about this for a moment, because cycle is coming back. And I've made a video about it, so you can go and check it out. But shortly, from one perspective, when you start, you come back, but you always come back wiser and kind of upgraded. So what's happening in our lives right now, we are moving again. And we're actually moving to the place where we've started this journey. We're moving into a house where we've started. It was a house from Maya's grandma. And when she passed away, Maya experienced that connection, like her soul would call her to go back because maybe there's something unfinished there. So as soon as we got back into that house, I felt such a beautiful energy there. We started there. So already I have so much of wonderful memories from that place, and we can now renovate it. I can create my whole studio there, and maybe even art gallery, our own gym, and so on. So it's beautiful, but at the same time, when Maya was thinking about it, like going back to where we started, and there was many triggers for her, many people she kind of went away. Also, a lot of fear um, opened in her. Like, is this really the right choice? Like, will this work out? Like, should we go back into this, you know, old community and so on? But that's how, you know, we that's how we heal, and that's how we recognize why our intuition takes us to places where our mind would never do. Like, mentally, we were not thinking to go back. Like, even maybe 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, Maya said, I would never live there. But as soon as her grandma passed away, she got that feeling, I want to go there. There is something unfinished. So we don't know what happens, but I always say to you, find that spark inside of you and notice what it says to you and follow it, because that's how you open up. But what was interesting then was that house is 80 years old, and everything physical has memories in it. It has energy from that time. And many of you know this was very incredible time around 50 to 100 years ago. This was one of the first or second waves of great awakening. Many great minds were living at that time, like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Dr. Rudolf Steiner, and so many other incredible minds were living back at that time. So it was a beginning of an incredible awakening. Many great ideas were suppressed back at that time. Like Nikola Tesla was a great inventor, and many of his incredible ideas were suppressed because the time was not ready for that. But those people initiated something that right now is coming to fruition. And just a few days ago, I was talking with a friend of mine who's a scientist, and uh, he's moving his lab into a house of, I think, his partner's grandma, again, also the old house. And he said there was such an incredible energy. He has such a similar story, and we were both thinking like all this old energy is actually so supportive for this time, because it's already there. Ideas are already here, and now we need to organize them in a more sustainable, creative, and powerful ways. So I don't know how these things are happening to you. Maybe you're meeting old people from your past. Maybe you're coming back to old places. Many people right now are studying ancient civilizations, old places, maybe your family tree, maybe studying where you're coming from or who you truly are, where your genes are coming from. And it's all due to your awakening and understanding of where everything you're working on is taking you. So really bravely and boldly step into it. Just a message, bravely and boldly step into what's opening up for you. Because you never know where it will take you. Like, I had no idea where painting will take me. And all these videos and all this work, where it will take us. And it took us to, to all of you incredible people, to all of this incredible community of very passionate people. Like, every single day, I see you. I see your comments. I see your messages. So many of you are here on this journey for years, and you're experiencing breakthroughs, growth, transformation, and you're seeing with your own eyes what mind can do when you organize it and do what you've come here to do. So this is very, very powerful. You can do. So know what I said to you right before. Knowing that you can, that you will, and that you shall is the only force of energy that will instantly turn your ideas, goals, intentions, and dreams into reality. Know that. Because when we started this journey, there was only one person that truly believed in us. That was Maya's father. He saw a potential in what we are doing, and you need to understand, like, there will come a person that will believe in you, and maybe it will not be your family, maybe it will not be your friends, but there will come a person that will believe in you, that will see something in your vision. But firstly, you need to believe in it. Like, when I've started painting, I knew I will make something out of it. I had not I had no thoughts about not making it happen. No thoughts, because I knew this is the only way. And when you're living your life the way that's not truly aligned with you, it teaches you that you don't want to live this kind of a life forever, right? And once you learn that, you start asking yourself, what would be a life I would love to live forever? And when you find it, like, even discovering something like that is a whole another journey. It's a whole spiritual journey. But then making it happen is what transforms you. It's not truly making it happen, but the journey, the process of making it happen, that transforms you, that truly transmutes everything that you thought is not possible into possibility. And through consistency, it manifests into what you wanted to see. So back at that time, I just want to give you this reminder because this helped me so much. I've started writing down back at the time when I've started this journey, like how much money I'm making with this, how much money I'm getting in return for my work, like for making my art, for putting it out there, for making YouTube videos, how much money I'm making with this. I had no idea how money will come, but I was writing it down because I said, I want to make a living with this. I want to make a living with this. And I'm only saying this because we so frequently forget how powerful our intentions are, even though they don't manifest immediately. There is a time delay. And it took me 2 years to see first results, 2 years to see first results. And after 2 years, one day spontaneously, I've opened this old journaling block and I've noticed I wrote these things down that are happening now. And that's what's happening, my friends. Thank you so much. Yes, blockchain is coming. I mean, right now, we're working on putting my art also in NFTs and working with blockchain and all this new technology. So much new is coming in, and I'm looking for ways how to support all of you with that, and how to support other artists. So many new projects will be coming up in the future. Maybe even app. Maybe it's a teaser. We don't know. We'll see. So many new things are coming up. But at the same time, I don't really know what else will happen. So you need to know. I'm only sharing this. I'm not sharing so much of theoretical concepts with you. I share what I've experienced and I share what worked for me. And I share what works for me every single day because I know manifestation works with delay. And there's so much time in between, like visualizing something and setting goals and then experiencing it. There's a lot of time in between this process. And during this time, you need to believe and you need to work and you need to work hard. And you need to do your best. And then when you're losing faith, have tools, have practices. Like sometimes I'm sitting in a meditation for 1 hour and I'm just visualizing that future. Sometimes I'm losing the connection with it. Sometimes I start doubting. So I go into a meditation and I just connect with my future. I don't want to be disturbed by what's happening right now because all of this is a reflection of the past. You see, the movie that you're watching was usually filmed and recorded many years before you're watching it. And that's same with reality. What you're seeing today was actually compounding through years. So don't be confused with what's present right now. Focus on what you see, because that's what is building what will be present in your future. And that's what you need to know, because most people will just, complain. And it's so easy to get stuck in complaining and not seeing what's possible. So, how many of you truly believe in yourself? Hit the like button if you believe in yourself, because I want to see how many of you are out there that believe in you. So, welcome everyone. There's more and more people getting in. So, I'm happy to see you. And later in a video, we'll also go through Q&A. You can ask any question. But right now, I just wanted to talk about this. Something you've prayed for is coming to you. Don't wait it, don't expect it, but just know it's coming. It's this deep knowing. Like, mind may take you to places like, oh, it's not here. Oh, how will I do this? How will I pay my bills? How will I, all of that. But don't be confused by that. Don't be misled by that. Do your best with your work. May your work take you to where you want to be. Not faith, not waiting, not anything. May your work take you to where you want to be. But may your work be a reflection of your love, of your passion, of your dream. But know that what you're working on today will take you to discovery of your deepest and highest possible purpose. Because many times I see you saying, I don't know how to find my purpose. Just do whatever you're doing and keep looking for where it is taking you. Even your job is actually, many of you have no idea about this, but even your job was designed to get you closer to your purpose. And I can give you a proof of this. My first job, you know what was my first job? I was driving, delivering pizzas. That was my first job after I finished school. And it was like, how it's called, the student's job, just to get to get quick money, during the holidays, or how it's called. But then we had such an incredible relationship in that company that I've actually get a promotion, and I became a cooker. I've started making pizzas and cooking and all of that. So I've learned so much about cooking and preparing food and making pizzas, and I love pizzas. Pizza is one of my my favorite foods when I'm having this, cheat meals. I just love them, but because I know how to make them, I can make healthy ones. So that was my first job. But then I wanted to make more money. So I've recognized, well, I can work more. I can work more hours, but still I couldn't make enough money. And I've recognized, well, I could change my job. And then I found one company that was offering jobs, and everyone I knew said it's so hard to get a job there because they only accept people who have, siblings or something, or I don't know, someone in a family that works there. And I said, well, I will just call them. And I called them, and the person there on the other side of the phone said, you can come here tomorrow. So the next day I got that new job because I called them. Like I didn't accept the belief that it's hard to find a job. I just called them. So then I was working 1 year there. It was really, that job really sucked, but it was a good money. And then at that job, because it was very, very bad for me, I hated it. I said, what would I really love to do? And back at that time, I was deeply in sports. I was doing extreme sport, freestyle mountain biking. And I said, I would love to do something related to that sport. So that job taught me what I don't want to do. And because I've noticed what I don't want to do, I've started wondering what I would actually like doing. And that got me into thinking what would be my dream job. And when I've noticed what would be my dream job, I found that a company that was sponsoring me in the sport I was doing back at the time was offering a job for a consultant in a shop store with sports equipment. And soon after that, I got a job there. So again, it's an interesting story. But you see, when something you hate actually opens you up to think how you don't want to live your life, it also leads you closer to a purpose because it introduces you to ideas of how you would like to live your life. And then through the process of time, you can actually investigate options. You can call people there, and maybe new opportunities may find you. So then I got my dream job. And after a few years there, I've noticed I'm still not satisfied. And that was the peak for me. Like, this is it. I don't want to search another job. I want to find out what I truly want to do. So me and Maya started saving money, and we said at some point we'll just quit our jobs and we want to go to travel. And that's what we did. At the end of 2017, we quitted our jobs, we went to travel. And as soon as I quitted my job and I suddenly had so much time for me, I started getting these ideas like start drawing, start drawing. Like every single day I felt like I have to start drawing. And that's where all this journey started. So drawings turned into painting, and painting turned into this. Of course, during all these times, I was studying all different things. But the point is that one thing is leading you into another, and that's called a path of self discovery. And that is a path that is already a path of purpose. So wherever you are right now is actually leading you deeper into purpose. And somebody wrote, I followed my dream job has become a nightmare. And that's what's happening. Like sometimes we just outgrow what, or sometimes we are so influenced by people around us that we think we love something that we actually don't love. Like we like something that we actually don't like, right? Sometimes we are chasing things we think they will make us happy, but then we get them and we notice, well, it's just another thing. But because you have a job that you hate, start asking yourself what would it be the job that you would love. And if you don't know what it is, you need to start asking yourself what's interesting to you. What's interesting to you? That's why I said something you've prayed for is about to arrive. Maybe it's just an idea that will wake you up. Like this was so interesting. Like why I was not, why I haven't started painting before or drawing before. It's because my parents told me that it's not possible to make a living out of this. And for many years, I believed that. Now I'm making a living out of this. So we have this false beliefs around so many things, and then we follow whatever people told us with the hope that it will make us happy, only to realize it sucks. But then we shouldn't be disappointed. We should recognize, well, if this sucks, there's something that doesn't, and I need to discover what it is and follow it. So never believe anyone who says to you how things are, because nobody knows how things are. Nobody knows. This universe is one great mystery. So if you want to really make the most out of your life, start letting go of what you've been told. Start deprogramming yourself. Let go and actually try and experiment and find out what's interesting to you so you can open up for everything you've been praying for. You see, many people pray for something and visualize something like something that would make your life better. Like many people want to get more money, but then they get an incredible idea that could make them so much more money. And then they don't do anything with it because it's not money. Idea is not money, but it's a potential money. Or anything else, you always get ingredients, not the actual thing, or at least most of the time. Like even this YouTube channel was born out of an idea. I was meditating and I got this idea combine paintings with inspiring messages so it may be more meaningful. Like not many people want to watch just a painting maybe. And some people don't care about a painting, but they can be inspired by a message. So it may work for people who have an interest into art, and it may work for people who just look for inspiration. Somebody wrote, I don't care about money, it's fiat. Yeah, it's true. Right now, we all see, I think many of us see that the fiat system is really falling apart. It was not sustainable. And like as soon as money went out of gold standard, the inflation started and they started printing more and more and more of it, and it destroyed the whole system. And it happened before, like it's a common pattern. So just few weeks ago I was reading a good book about Bitcoin, and I was studying a little bit the history about money, and I've noticed, well, always when money was on gold standard, when money was backed by gold, the system was functioning well. And when countries went off this gold standard, it slowly started falling apart until it becomes so bad that a new system comes in. And right now, many of us may have this feeling that the new system will be most probably related to cryptocurrency because it may be very sustainable and it's a very incredible system, especially blockchain. It works like a human DNA. It is learning by itself, by each transaction, and it's very safe and very incredible. So I'm truly looking forward for what will happen out of everything right now. And I think that we can't even imagine how incredible it will become in the near future. I just feel this. Like, I think many of us have this feeling, but it's hard to articulate it because it's so complex. So just notice where your life is taking you right now. So there's more and more people. My friends, thanks to everyone for being in the chat, and thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where I'm sharing more updates. Just today, I've recorded an update for the present energy and why so many people are feeling confused. It's more precise video. That's what I'm posting there. I'm posting also some quick workshops and more practical ideas for all of you. So thanks to everyone for joining in, and thanks also to everyone for supporting my art. With that, you're also supporting this mission. So we've found a way to create the most affordable prints. So you can buy the copies, the prints of my art in different sizes. We're collaborating with an incredible printing company here in Slovenia. They're really awesome and making such an incredible quality. Um, so yes, thank you so much for supporting that. It's on attractpassion.com and Etsy store. I draw my passion. So one message, where do you get your inspiration for your inspiring messages? Do you study philosophy, psychology, and astrology? Which philosopher inspired you the most? Well, thank you. Such a good question. So yes, I'm studying philosophy. I was deeply inspired by Stoic philosophy, but I think Aristotle gave me the most when I needed to understand our system of virtues. He had this interesting ideas like we are all born with talents. We're naturally born with talents, but only those who choose to really organize themselves to such a degree that they can build discipline, clarity, and consistency in their lives will actually discover their talents, and then through virtuous acts of goodness, of motivation, self motivation, of perseverance, of kindness, they will actually master them, become really, really good with them. So I love his work in this part. And that's what inspired me the most. But I'm also studying astrology because it helps me to understand the influence of all the movement that's happening in our solar system. Because you see, all this solar activity right now, it's not that the sun is causing that. It's the source of the universe breathing in and breathing out, and it's causing cycles in this galaxy. So astrology is like a language that speaks, that kind of tries to articulate this activity of this universe and how all these energies are influencing us. So I found it a powerful thing, but astrology is so complex. It's very, very deep, and I think you never truly master it. It's same with psychology, philosophy. Anything is deep and complex, but astrology is very, very deep. So that's why it's easy to simplify it and make it like something general, so most people don't believe into it. But if you study it deeply, you recognize there's so much truth to it. Actually, in the past, there was one psychologist that wanted to prove that astrology doesn't work. So he made like 600 different, he took 600 different charts of 600 different people. And then he studied these people through, I think, the 30 years of their lives to notice how much their choices, their actions, their lives were actually influenced by astrological events, or if they were just, spontaneous. And he noticed that, I don't know, around 90% their choices were based by astrological activity. So at the end of that study, he made a suicide. So it was crazy, but if we really go deep into this ancient knowledge, we recognize that it's very, very accurate. So, of course, if we recognize, if we study where it comes from ancient Egypt, from around 30, 40,000 years ago. We don't really know when it started, but it's related to pyramids and all this ancient knowledge. So it's very, very interesting, and this fascinates me, and I love that. How many hours a day are you working, and how hard did you work before you got successful? Thank you for your question. So it depends of a day. Sometimes I don't work at all, and I'm just outside. And then there are days when I kind of work all day long. Like sometimes I feel especially when I'm working on a painting, like this one here behind me with a pyramid and brain. When I work on this kind of a painting, it's coming together like a puzzle. I'm working actually on this one for 2 years now, on and off. But sometimes when I get the flow, it just moves me, and I can work on it 3 4 hours sometimes easily. And sometimes I just feel like so many messages are coming in, and I can make 2 videos or even 3 videos, and I can be in the studio like for 5 6 7 hours. And then I have days when I just need to recharge. So currently I'm very very spontaneous, but yeah, I'm really going with the flow right now. But I still have a sense of discipline with knowing that like every single day I do something. Like daily I do messages, because it gives me a sense of certain structure. Because still I'm an artist, and many of you, if there's many artists probably in the community. Artists are we're very open-minded, and sometimes we're too open-minded and we lack structure. So it's very hard for us to be disciplined. And that's why it's so important to have at least one thing we do daily, so it keeps us grounded in at least certain way. And I've chosen for me to do daily videos just for that, so I can keep myself being grounded, so I don't become too spontaneous. It helps me to be more organized. And how hard did I work before my work became more known? Well, I when I was learning to paint, I was doing one painting a day, but those paintings were not so precise. So like now I'm working on details, and I'm working usually I do one painting a month or maybe two, because I'm doing many other things. But back at that time, I was doing one painting a day because I wanted to learn a skill very, very fast. And I just felt like visions are coming to me so fast, and I had no skills to paint them. So I wanted to learn to paint very fast so I could paint these visions, like this painting with the hands behind me. This was one of the first paintings that I was really happy with. This vision was inside of my head for 1 year. And for 1 year, for 1 year, I had no idea why I'm seeing it. Why I'm seeing it. And then when I started drawing, I draw it, and it was so empty, so dry. And then I wanted to learn to paint. And once I've painted it, it was so beautiful, like so vivid. And when I had my first exhibition, it was the most famous painting. Like most people, uh, for most people, this painting was the most favorite, if I say that correctly. So I am by nature, yeah, I am by nature quite a hard worker. Like, I think I would easily become workaholic if I would be doing something, I don't know, boring. But this is like a mission, like a purpose. It's so fulfilling. So um, I just love that. I love that. But when you have a sense of what your body needs, it's good if you listen to it. So when my body gets exhausted, I can't function well, so I need a break. So I'm listening myself, and I'm going with the flow. I'm Virgo for Luna Bulk Beauty. Thanks for asking. So, my friends, I hope you found a great value in today's live stream. This was a beautiful conversation, and I hope you took something from it that can really get you to the next level. Congratulations, Jack Roberts, for giving up caffeine. If that was something that helped you, that was a great choice for you, I'm proud of you. It's not easy to give up on something that's for many people so addictive. So, my friends, after almost 1 hour, I will leave you here. Thanks to everyone for joining our conversation today. It was a bit different here in the studio. Maybe soon, maybe soon you will see my new studio as we're slowly moving to a new place where we actually need to update everything, all the rooms. So it will be a lot of work. We have some help, some incredible people that will be helping us, which we're really, really grateful for. Also, Maya's family is very supportive. So we're so grateful for them. So yes, this will be the first studio that will be truly mine. So I'm looking forward to it, and I will show you everything. I will show you a bit of the what's going on, and because I see you as a family, and I think we have to share what's going on, because sometimes when our lives get more intense, we may think like it's hard to handle it, but actually all this intensity is only taking you to the next level. Now everything moves in cycles, so intensity will settle, and when you get too settled, intensity will come and push you to the next level. That's what's going on. Like, this is the principle of freedom, right? If you understand it, you will know that hard times will pass and easy times will pass as well. So notice where life is taking you, and never attach yourself to the idea that things will never get better, because they will. They are getting better. They are actually as perfect as they can be. Maybe, maybe it doesn't look like that because you're not changing anything. So make sure you are the change that you wish to see, like Mahatma Gandhi said, right? And create, like, well, Valerian Dimac said, create your new earth, make it happen, design it your way. Design it your way. Okay? Let me know. Hit the like button, my friend, if you're ready to design your new earth exactly your way. So, have a good day or good evening. Here it's evening. So, enjoy your life and see you in the next one. Much love to all of you. And once again, thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community. The link is in the description of this video, where you can find some exclusive content like updates and practical steps for certain things that are challenging for us. And also thanks to everyone for supporting my art. You can find all of my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, or I Draw My Passion on Etsy. If you would love to get some inspiration, to put it onto a wall and be inspired by it, be charged by its very powerful energy, if any of the painting resonates with you, it's a sign that it's for you. So check it out. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm also doing coaching. So you can find the link in the description of this video, where you can book a calling, and I'm excited to meet you. My friend, stay beautiful and know that what you've been praying for is coming to you. Open up, my friend. And till next time, one love.